This is day 17, Monday, March 4th. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Today we are moving on to Colossians in the New Testament, chapter 3, verse 12. And I'm going to read 3 different translations for you just to get a point home. The NIV says, "Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved." New Living Translation says, "Since God chose you to be the holy people he loves." And the Passion Translation says, "You are always and dearly loved by God. So robe yourself with virtues of God, since you have been divinely chosen to be holy." Can you guess what I'm going to talk about today? I'm going to talk about us being chosen. Do you think of yourself as chosen? I mean, truly, really? Do you realize that God has chosen you to be his holy people that he loves? Many of us do not see ourselves as chosen. Our culture is overtaken by people who feel left out, have low self-esteem, are insecure. Even Christians are walking around with shame and guilt following them. Social media really has given us a false sense of being chosen, don't you think? I mean, the main premise of social media is to get likes or hearts or loves or comments of acceptance. We want people to choose our posts, our videos, our pictures as ones to like or even share. And many people even make money off their posts, videos, and pictures. They have certainly been more chosen than others because their bank accounts show proof. But this sense of being chosen isn't sustaining, real, or unconditional. It's definitely conditional, and one differing opinion, one offensive picture, and you lose friends or followers. I don't think it's a coincidence that all of social media is based on followers. Jesus' whole ministry on this earth was him calling people and saying, "Come, follow me, follow." When Jesus said to the men who would become his disciples in Matthew 4, "Come, follow me," he was essentially saying, leave what you're doing, leave some things behind. I have chosen you, and I want you to follow me so you can take my Father's message to the ends of the earth. The disciples had an immediate response. They dropped everything and followed him, and it was simple. Now, Jesus was a rabbi, and these men he chose to follow him had been rabbi school rejects. So when Jesus said, "Follow me," it was like, oh my goodness, he is saying, I am no longer a reject. I have been chosen, and he wants me to come and learn from him. They were now accepted, and they now had a purpose. You know, when we follow someone on social media, it really is just a click of a button. We're not giving anything up to follow this person or group. I follow many, too many probably, low-carb, keto accounts for good recipes. I follow good workout accounts for women over 40. I follow men and women of God to hear what God is saying through them. I follow women's fashion accounts to see what kind of clothes I may want to wear as a woman over 40. And I follow several people that have had tragedies in their life, like becoming paraplegics or quadriplegics, because they have found purpose in life even when life seemed to fail them. I also follow many dogs on Facebook and Instagram, well, because I love dogs and their content is much more interesting and laughable than many humans' contents that I follow. I also follow people who have had bariatric surgery because they encourage me in my own bariatric journey. There are all kinds of people and stuff I can follow on social media. I know some men who follow like semi-truck accounts because they like to see all the different things that people can do with semi-trucks. Or people who do vans that travel across the country and they make vans into their homes. There's anything that you can follow. But in reality, the only one that you or I should be following wholeheartedly is Jesus Christ. We can't allow our following on social media to overshadow our following Christ. Social media can be a positive aspect of our life if we see it with the right perspective. some of these things have actually helped me along my journey. I've had good recipes. I've lost over 110 pounds. I have pretty good clothing, I think, because of some of these people. Some people have really encouraged me when I felt down because they found Jesus in the worst times of their life. It's really been encouraging. But that's a positive part of social media. The perspective that we have when we are on social media must be God's perspective. If we're posting, commenting, liking, loving, etc. for attention, for acceptance, to make us feel better about ourselves, if our whole life or even a small part of it is hinged on the number of followers, likes, or hearts, our perspective needs adjusted. Social media is a great avenue to keep in touch with others, to give and receive information, to even have entertainment, or for some, it's a livelihood of income. But if your heart and mind needs it to feel accepted, loved, and chosen, it's a toxic area in your life, and it needs to be laid at the foot of the cross until your perspective changes from being validated by social media to using social media as an avenue for Christ to use you as His chosen vessel. Yes, I am His chosen vessel. He chose me. And yes, you are His chosen vessel, and He chose you. Get that in your spirit. And when He chose us, He was saying, you're wanted, you are accepted, you are approved, you are chosen. And His voice, His thoughts are the most important of anyone's. So we may post content in order to feel good about ourselves today, or to bring community into our life, or to feel chosen and accepted. Others' follows, hearts, or likes pale in comparison to God's love, because He has already chosen and accepted you. Before we were even made in our mother's womb, He chose us. Wendy Speaks said, others' affirmation affirms nothing. His affirmation affirms everything. God said it clearly, and I believe it. Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen, for by it the men of old gained approval. Our faith in Christ is all that's required to gain God's approval. When God looks at us, He sees us through the lens of the cross and only sees redeemed, accepted, and chosen. Have a blessed day.